1869 was a significant year in Ohio history. U.S. Grant was president. Solomon P. Chase, who lived for many years in Columbus at 6th and State Street, was Chief Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court. Rutherford B. Hayes, a future president, was governor of Ohio, and the first professional baseball team, the Cincinnati Red Stockings, opened their first season. Elsewhere, the Golden Spike was driven in Utah, marking the completion of the first transcontinental railroad. The H.J. Heinz Company was founded in Pennsylvania, and the first American football game was played between Princeton and Rutgers. Here in Ohio's capital, the Columbus Bar Association was founded. It started with 60 members, most of whom practiced in Franklin County's 1840s courthouse. While the precise demographics are not known, it is a virtual certainty that the membership consisted of white males. Here's J.W. Baldwin, the CBA's first president. Today, on the 150th anniversary of the founding of the CBA, the membership is dramatically different, but the core values remain the same. Here's CBA Director Jill Snitzer-McQuain.
In 1869, when we were originally founded, we had 4 core values that were part of the Columbus Bar Association mission. They were collegiality and networking, professional development, professionalism, and continuing education. Those 4 core values have survived 150 years and continue to be a part of who we are today.
It's kind of remarkable that the Bar Association, that probably was created by a number of lawyers back in 1869, so they could get to know each other and be, brothers at the bar, because that's probably what it was, has turned into an organization that now is very much public-facing, that serves the public in lots of ways it didn't then, and serves an incredibly diverse profession and community in ways that they couldn't have foreseen.
No doubt.
The Columbus Bar Association has just below 4,700 members in the Central Ohio community. That includes attorneys, judges, paralegals, law students, and what we consider the allied professions like legal administrators. Of those, I would say probably about 40% of our members are solo and small firm practitioners.
There are a lot of good reasons to join the CBA in the 21st century. Here are some of them.
I think the Bar Association brings out the very best in lawyers in all kinds of ways. And I look at the Columbus Bar Association in particular, and I think it characterizes and epitomizes what is the very best about the Central Ohio legal community.
When you think about our profession, and whatever your profession is, you really should want to be a part of and involved with an organization that helps to really better the profession for all of its members. And so for me, the Columbus Bar Association really made perfect sense for me to be involved.
I believe the whole practice is about relationships, and the Bar Association facilitates that.
The organization does a very nice job of ensuring that there's a wide array of people and personalities on the board, and I've loved getting to know everybody and learning about different areas of law.
The CBA has a history of important and impactful programs. Here's Alex Lagouche on how they went about doing that.
When we pursued a project, we vigorously vetted the project, and then we decided how important is it, and then if it's truly important, we approached it with vigor.
One of the most impactful and enduring programs in Columbus Bar Association history, and that was the Managing Partners initiative to increase minority participation both in the practice of law and in the Bar Association.
The best CBA program I think that I have been involved in the past is probably the Barrister Leadership Program. The Bar does an amazing job of getting great speakers in to show leadership skills, networking skills, communication skills.
My favorite event at the Columbus Bar Association every year is the Pro Bono Awards and Reception that happens during Pro Bono Week in October every year. In my view, just given my time on legal aid as well as with the Columbus Bar Foundation, it is a wonderful marrying of those facets of the Bar Association.
I would have to say that the most impactful kind of event that I've had as part of the membership of the bar really was with one of the constitutional conversations that the bar hosted, to create a platform for people to come in, to hear both sides and have educated civil discourse over a topic that could be controversial, really was fascinating and impactful to me. The people who came, who participated, who joined in the conversation all learned something, but to be able to do it in this day and age with civility, with joy, and with a desire to learn, to me, it's something that stuck with me for a long time, and I think that there'll be more of that to come.
I mean, whether it was our minority clerkship program, our sexual orientation task force, our judicial campaign advertising committee initiatives, and even things like our health insurance program, which reached thousands of our members and their families. When we pursued them, we did it with the idea that this ought to be an excellent endeavor and one that we will be proud to share around the country. And that is exactly what happened. A lot of our programs were exported around the United States.
What a remarkable 150 years it's been for the CBA. From its founding in 1869, during the time of nation building and exploration, through the 1870s, which spawned the construction of Ohio State's first law school building, Page Hall, on OSU's campus, and the remarkable Union Station on North High Street that connected Columbus with the rest of the United States. Into the 1880s and the magnificent Second Courthouse on the east side of High Street between Fulton and Mound Streets. 1890 saw the publication of the Daily Reporter. The 20th century saw attorney Florence Allen blaze a trail in the 1920s, the building of the remarkable Ohio Stadium, which critics said would never be sold out, and the building of Columbus's most notable and timeless landmark at Broad and High Streets. In the 1930s, Elsie Austin blazed another trail, and Columbus adopted the modern look it has today. In 1945, the CBA's membership took off, and its committee structure became substantial. One of the CBA's own ran for vice president. Through the years, the CBA members have practiced in 4 different downtown courthouses, the last of which is a cutting-edge 21st century building. But it's not the structures that have made the CBA a great bar association. It's the staff and the members, which today number almost 4,700. Still, there are challenges in the future, but the CBA remains on the cutting edge, offering programs and services to its members and the community.
In 1989, CLE became mandatory in the state of Ohio. Today, the Columbus Bar Association is nationally recognized for its continuing education curriculum. We offer more than 600 hours of programming every year, and we were one of the very first bar associations in the country to be able to deliver online CLE.
We were able to partner with Ohio State University, the Columbus Bar Association, and the Columbus Bar Foundation to create a self-help resource center. And it helps people with a limited scope of legal problems, starting with expungements, but it's grown since then. And it started just 2 years ago. During its first quarter, less than 100 visitors. And as of the first quarter of 2019, they had 1,800 visitors.
I think that we take our ethics and professionalism very seriously. We are a model for it. We sponsor and promote pro bono. We bring together really smart folks to try to solve issues both in the legal community as well as the community in general. So in my view, the import of that association is that it promotes the very best in our profession.
The Bar Association provides all kinds of opportunities for lawyers to get involved in committee leadership or in section leadership or in board governance or in other types of leadership, ultimately of an association, that aren't necessarily available within their law firms or within their corporate legal offices or their government legal offices. And that's a wonderful thing.
In addition, I have found some of my very dearest colleagues and really good friends at this point that I never would have had that opportunity but for the Bar Association.
I think in the profession that we are in, we all have extremely stressful days, and not many people understand what we deal with on a daily basis. And having a place that you can go and talk to other people and vent to other people who understand what you're going through, I think is very important.
The impact of technology over the last 10 years on the profession has really accelerated some of the developments in the legal profession. There's a lot out there in terms of artificial intelligence. It impacts lawyer marketing, particularly as more consumers look for lawyers online. And it affects how we as a bar association deliver services to our members and to the public. It's difficult to keep up with the evolution of technology. It's rapidly changing. So we have been focusing our efforts more in delivering more practice management solutions for our members to help them keep up with those technology demands.
Sure. You incorporate things like technology in ways that makes meeting easier, but it also, and I've said this a number of times, it can make the profession very lonely. So I think that there's an opportunity for us to continue to be the meeting place for folks actually to get together live, in person, engage with each other. So it's an exciting time, but we do have to meet the challenges of a different generation that's looking for things out of associations that maybe we all took for granted, 20 years ago is when I became a new member.
The Columbus Bar Association is critical to the legal community in so many ways. One, the relationships which we have with one another carry over into the representation of our clients. If you have a good relationship with other members of the bar, it helps your client, which is critical. When you go to court, I can tell you as a retired judge, it was always better for the court and more importantly for the clients when the two attorneys got along.
So the Columbus Bar Association has been and remains one of the leading metropolitan bar associations in this country. It provides access to justice in a way that no other organization in this community does.
Through the Bar Association that we can project a better image to the community, which helps the profession. And I think as I said, I think the Bar Association facilitates that.
It challenges us, I think, to look beyond our own practices, our own experience with our law firms, and I think makes us better lawyers, better able to serve our clients and the community in general. And isn't that the reason we went to law school, is to make a difference, at least for most of us, I think.
Looking at the future of the CBA, I think we know it's going to continue to evolve, and it has to continue to meet the needs as it has done for the past 150 years, meeting the needs of all the lawyers here in Central Ohio. And meeting those needs are going to involve a lot of different aspects, from technology and the use of technology to providing the services necessary to meet an ever-changing landscape of the clients that we work with.
It's critical that this association remains strong. And I think given who's currently part of the profession, it gives me real hope that we will have another 150 years of serving this profession in this community.
One of the things that I think every member of the CBA knows, but it often isn't expressed as much as it should be, is how fantastic and phenomenal the staff of the CBA are. As a member of the Board of Governors and involved even prior to that service, just in different committees and activities that the board supports and provides for its membership, hands down, the staff make it run like clockwork. And truly, when you look at the success and being around for 150 years, it is the staff that makes that happen. And so I just want to applaud the staff for all the great and excellent work that they've done for the CBA over the past 150 years and many, many more.
I think this is a great opportunity, maybe my only opportunity, to give my past presidents a great big verbal hug. They were fantastic. They were unselfish. I look back at the amount of time they took on our behalf, on the behalf of the attorneys in our community. They worked so hard before they were elected, when they served as president, and many continue to serve at the state and national levels. They did so without regard to the billable hours. What a long, strange, and wonderful trip it's been. And I'm glad you allowed me to travel with you.
Happy birthday, CBA. Many happy returns of the day.
CBA, happy birthday. Wish you another 150 years.
Well, in closing, I just want to say happy birthday to the CBA. 150 years is pretty impressive.
Happy birthday, Columbus Bar Association. Fröhliche Geburtstag, CBA.